Yes.
It's good, bro.
Hey, what's good, champ?
Man, studio settings, you know what it is.
That's so.
Yeah.
But how's that coming?
Yeah, it's good. It's sounding lit in here right now, man. Just, touching up a few things, couple of features, couple of verses to record, that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You see now, you're leading the revival right now, so you guys keep it.
I am. But the thing is, like, guys are also trying to, like, figure out what aspect of the noise from outside one can allow into this personal space right now, because a lot is happening, man.
Yes, sir, a lot. You can't overemphasize that. I was having that conversation, like, you know how a lot of people want you to get on projects with them or like get on vibes with them, but you're like, at least it has to be dope, at least to your satisfaction.
Yeah, 100%. It really is just at that point where you just have to make sure that you're putting your energy in the right places. Of course, you can't call it all the time, but be as protective about that as you are about your diet or about you are about anything else in life, really. That's how I feel. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How are you doing, bro?
Man, we're out here doing the best. Pretty much hanging in between being a black person and staying away from coronavirus.
And it's interesting how those kind of things are proving to be more difficult than one would think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to be black
and
not die is actually harder than one would think.
Of course it is. And I feel like it's not a conversation that is observed enough. I don't know whether to be had, but it's not a conversation that is observed enough in Nigeria, like the true brigade that comes with being a black man, whether Nigerian or Tanzanian, just the brigade that comes with being a black man. I feel like we're still a bit in the dark about those type of things in general.
Well, do you think that's because like we all feel like we're black? Nigeria is a black country. Then the meaning of being black in Nigeria is different from what it means to be black in Yankee or something like that.
Yeah. Of course. Of course. I mean, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, like, it seems like a different thing. Black in America is your race is black. Here, I don't know, like being black here, it feels just more like it feels different. But when I go to another place, it feels it's crazy.
The level of hate. I feel like if the average Nigerian took into cognizance the level of hate that black people get in the world, we would do better with our value systems of ourselves over here.
The value system is all funny over here, man.
Because that's all. It's quite. It's too many clowns around. It's weird. Yes.
My bad.
All right, so bro, I'll be talking to the fans. Like, let's just do real quick because I know you also have like stuff to catch up with, right? But we're just talking to the guys about like what the value of soul is, but not to overcomplicate things. It's just like the true connection. Like, I feel like as Africans we have spirit to connect with. Like there's always this spiritual connection, and I also feel like we've let too much external things bury the spirit deep within that we can use to vibe, that we can use to grow, that we can use to like just do greater things in general. And I felt we needed to have those type of conversations. So it just kind of like it takes the value lessons, especially in between the fans, at least for everybody to know that at the end of the day, it's like there's just rappers trying to do better within their capacity to do better with mentality in Nigeria.
Yeah, and I feel like that the mood out here has always been for a long time survival, and I think that aspect has always now blocked. It like blocks your chi, it blocks your spirit, it blocks your soul because of the mind state you have to be in to be winning or to be perceived to be winning or to survive. your chi is blocked because there are things you have to do, and some of them are dark things. You know what I mean? You have to put yourself in a certain hungry, I'll eat you for what I need to get mindset. That how can you be connected to what's deeper? You know, how can you see? A lot of times you don't even see another human being as a human being. That one is just a stepping stone. That one is just a roadblock. That one is just an opportunity. Do you know what I mean? You don't even see it anymore as, yo, that's a person. That person has their own, you know what I'm saying, their own feelings and everything attached to it too. And what has just exacerbated it for me is just the role and the way in which women are treated in our society, and where when they come out to say something, how we tear them down very quickly, because we don't want to feel like we're bad people. Men don't want to feel like they're assholes and they're dickheads and they're evil, so they quickly tear that woman down because she must be crazy. You understand? So I feel like that is scary.
Yeah, it is. Bro. But also, with growing up in Nigeria, you kind of always just notice that, well, I guess in between, the arguments have not really been straightforward for the men. And I feel like maybe everybody's forgetting that the average African child, from the Nigerian perspective, like I would always say, you're just out there to survive by yourself, kind of like how the mentality of the African man is meant to be strong regardless, right? You're just out there learning and surviving by yourself and unlearning things by yourself. So it is hard for the average African boy to be aware of certain things that you have to go extra out of your way to observe, not because it's hard to do, but because the foundation of us as Africans now, like the idea was, at a point, the idea men don't go into the kitchen, women go into the kitchen, right? And that was the reality for so long, and if I had to unlearn it myself, it was a very crazy process for me. And so the way the men respond to the women, I feel like is basically what society has forced you to be. For example, in Africa, if you're a man and you can't provide, forget what you want to say.
Your voice has already been like handicapped. I mean, I guess that feeling is hard to shake. I think that idea is hard to shake from any guy. Like, yo, if I can't bring anything to the table, he's pretty much shut the fuck up, dude. What are you saying? Your voice is not valid in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So that you're right. That is true. I just see that. I feel like it's just sad. I think what the role that some culture has played in stripping a lot of the power of a woman, because I just feel like, you know, women are so powerful, and I know the role that they played in my life, and I can't imagine if they were I can't imagine what it's like for me to wake up every day and, you know that I'm being limited just because of my gender. Like, I don't know, man, but I think about it and I'm just like, man, there's some things that are missing right now. There's some things that we really need to look at, and it's not enough to just continue. We have to address them. You know, I don't know. That's how I feel.
I mean, at the end of the day, for example, the whole conversation about rape, I'm a bit disappointed with certain responses I got from men. Needless to say, I've been disappointed by a lot of arguments from certain women, but I feel like the men kind of like threw me off the most. Like, no matter how it be, no matter whatever excuse you have, like, we all have reasons why we're a bit quiet about certain things, but what is bad is bad. And as people that a lot of people look up to, I feel like it's up to us as well to, like, be responsible partly for those people that follow us as well, based on, say, now person way they believe everything way they do in our law. So if you're able to tell the person what is right as well, you might as well just change maybe a few mindsets, because it's a mess.
Yeah, man, because I mean, like, you know how it is. We all came up on bro code, man. You know, the bro code has protected a lot of stuff, as protected a lot of, like, dark things. Dark things have happened under the bro code. Do you know what I mean? And I just think that I can't push those kind of agendas anymore, because I know that, you know, I'm only as strong as the people around me. And, you know, when I have women are such pillars in my life that if I have them not as strong, then I'm, you know, letting the whole society down. Really, that's how I see it. But I mean, I just think that the soul conversation, Sha, it's. I'm happy that you're having it. I'm happy that you're talking about the things that are deeper than just the fact that, for instance, in our case, musicians, deeper than the fact that we make music, the fact that we're human beings, we're people, we have aspirations, we have goals, and there's something deeper to us. You know, it sucks when you see some bullshit being tweeted about you. Yeah, it sucks, man. I don't like that.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas that don't even know. But I mean, that's why I feel like this conversation is needed, so we can see people like us beyond even the artistry.
Of course. And I appreciate you for doing that. So just so to let you get back to what it is that you're doing, we'll just briefly touch on what you feel like the soul activation is. Because it's one thing for people to hear me talking about returning to your soul or returning to the foundation of that which makes you tick as a human being. But it's also another thing for it to be a conversation coming from you, for example. So at least give or take, we know those of us that stand for something, especially how we treat women, for example, or how we take information that pertains to women. So on having soul, business, living, Lagos, you moved to Nigeria too at a point. You moved out of Nigeria at a point. You moved back into Nigeria at a point. There is a certain level of soul that I believe that it's regardless everywhere, whether you're in Nigeria, whether you're outside Nigeria, whether you're a musician, whether you're a bus conductor, whether you're a teacher, whether you're anything you are. I just believe like there's a level of soul, and it's been absent in Nigeria for so long. What would be your take, advice, or outreach on that level?
You know, it's interesting. Like, I felt this Corona period allowed one thing for sure to change for me. I've never talked to family so much. From from WhatsApp text to house party. Oh my God, they dragged me onto house party. Shout out to the house party gang that I know you guys are watching us right now. Always on house party doing this and the third. But like, I've never been more in touch with family than I have been in this period. And I realized how that is such an anchor for me. A lot of my identity comes from the values I picked up from family, the motivations I have, and the things I want to do when I reach a certain stage in life. It comes from family. So being able to plug back into that zone has really like uplifted me in these dark times, because it's like, you know what you do it for, you know who you represent, who you stand for. So like, I can't imagine my own soul activation not having a very strong family component to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I attach a lot of my happiness to that. Do you know? So I think that is a big part of like I'll call it my soul matrix, the soul matrix. The thing that makes up Poe. Family is huge, man. Family is huge for me. Not even more so than creating music, because I didn't really create much. Do you know what I mean? So like, yeah, that's major for me, man. For real.
It was the same with me as well. I spent like more bonding time with my kids. Yeah. My typical, my mother, she doesn't have husband again now. I mean, resemble the man pass, so don't worry, I just resume husband position. once my mom is a little bored, once my mom is a little bored, don't worry yourself. My brother is out of town, so he's always hitting me up and we're having a conversation. But I feel like I'm bridging the gap between myself and my mom in the conversations, because, like, for example, we all agree right now that for God, day your heart. You'll be building a day. Like, he's right there in your heart. You could pray from home. Like, you could only, like, you could connect to family on a deeper level. Like I've always just said to my mom, I don't think it is a situation of God will bless you every time you pray for me. I know it's a situation of God has blessed you, and may you find strength to carry the blessings.
I like that.
Like, that's the level of conversation I have with my mom on some, because at this point, all of us there was 3 months. Now, Pastor said there was 3 months.
Yes. Do you
Like
understand?
church was shut for all that period.
Yeah.
So yeah, all we have is us.
Yo, I think, I swear, man, and the thing that I don't know if we're incapable of doing it, because out here you have to survive for you. But like, the minute you're able, this is hard, to put yourself in another person's shoes, for real. That's the definition and the fundamental aspect of empathy. That is revolutionary to me. Like, for real. And any conversation, any single conversation, be it the whole rape conversation that is happening right now, that is important. Nobody can, you even, before you put yourself in that person's shoes, you will say, oh, if it was my cousin, or if it was my sister, if it was my mom. If it was you, that somebody stole that dignity from you, broke you down, if it was you, and you now told people about it, and the first thing they did was said it's a lie, why did you not report it? Why did you? If we're able to do that just on a day-to-day basis, I implore everybody that's listening to me right now, if you're able to do that on a day-to-day basis, put yourself in the shoes of another person that you want to attack, criticize, or even compliment, or whatever, you will act differently, I promise you. And I think that's key. Yeah, trust me, bro.
I swear, like it's for me, it's all humanity. I feel like all my life I've lived in Nigeria, and like you said earlier, it's been more survival than just like compassion or like consideration. Like,
yeah,
the job, like say, everybody just wants to make what they can make and get the fuck out. Like I get that idea, but we are the ones in Nigeria where if police stops you at the checkpoints now, you have a little bit of anxiety because you don't know what will happen. Right? We need to be able to.
Or the ones that suffering the lack of it.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying? Or the ones suffering from the lack of these things. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that's what I think. You know, the people that are commenting are so funny. I hope you guys are getting something from this too. You know?
Don't worry, those are my damn. Like, it's and also I'm tired. I'm tired of everybody acting in like we're all just individuals that don't need to conglomerate things up. It's not everything that is by music. You get what I mean? It also has to be conversations, because I don't think Nigeria is at the point where they can call anybody a talkative.
Abi, I agree with that. I agree with that. Do you understand? All this one that you can't tell anybody grammar. Trust me, but I completely agree. There's not, if anything, there's not enough talk. There's not enough talk.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for real, man.
But pretty much, it's a must. It's a strong must. It's a strong must that the fans will listen to the music. They'll hear everything that we brag about, everything we rap about, any other thing we do. They're right there to hear. I feel like it's only appropriate for us to also have them just know what we stand for, and let's be able to carry our mindsets or the mindset of our fans on that level as well, so that we can do better. And I feel like Nigeria does have too much trash going on, and everybody's finally like, after all, I don't really concern me now. Maybe I just make my own money move.
And I think that's it. We can't, and you have to realize that it can't work. You can't be a group of people that feel entitled to anything good, but when shit is happening, you distance yourself. It just doesn't add up, really, at the end of the day. You know, not everybody can do the same thing. Some people are there to bring awareness. Some people are the ones that they advocate. Some people that do this and that the first. Some people do the actual legwork. But recognize that if this culture, this country, this community that we have goes south, it's all of us that inside the boat too. You can't swim to another country. You know what I mean? So I feel like there are roles to play, and you have to be in touch with the soul side of you, the real side of you. You know? Yeah. That's what I believe, for real, man. But it's blessed.
I mean,
man.
sometimes it doesn't have to.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be a lot of talk. Sometimes it's just like, yo, it's simple. Like you've like having a conversation with you, just simplify everything over and over again. Like, guys, just have to apply your humanity to dealing with other people. Once you're listening to somebody, before you go ahead to compare, try and first listen to what you're hearing. Like, listen to the person's view, listen to, like, its music. And I also feel like we haven't gone to the point where we have that conversation yet. I don't feel like the audience of rap in Nigeria is very, very attentive to message. They may be attentive to punchlines. They may be attentive to things that catch them. Yes, though, like, we also have to make it clear that, yo, for example, we rap Afrobeats. I'm Yoruba. I can speak pidgin English. It should be okay because boys are giving them Spanish in American rap. Nobody's talking now. Everybody out there is throwing the word mañana up in here.
Yo, you guys, people think that Vector just here now. Peep this thing Vector just here. He said rap Afrobeats. Afrobeats. Said rap Afrobeats. Yeah. Like, that's hard. That's hard. Yeah, and that's what it is, really. Like, nah, man. Like, yeah, I like that. Rap Afrobeats. That's hard. What?
Yeah, I just thought like it didn't make sense for African rappers to always be classified as lesser or somehow. Okay, so this is what we're doing, right? We're rappers in Africa on African beats. We can be rappers on American beats. We can be anything, but then we'll be our Nigerian selves. So like, I feel like let's take an identity to the world now, over just skill.
Yeah, exactly. I think the identity is key, and one is not. I feel like we're already at the forefront of that. We're already ambassadors for it. And I just want the fan base. I want the fan base to recognize that too. And I get it. It's fun to compare on Twitter and those things. That's cool. That's part of the game. That's part of the entertainment of the music. But like, know that not everything is an eternal fight locally. Like, when it comes to like global conversations, rep the artists, rep the music to the world. Rep our music to the whole world, because we are all together going to enjoy as this thing grows. We're all going to enjoy it. Trust me.
Of course. Yes, sir. Like Jay-Z called somebody's mayor or something. Yeah, it would be nice for you to make sure that as you support your artists in Nigeria, so make them say they call American president, making it talk for news, so you call them. You get what I mean? You never know what the levels of connection on that level will do. It's true now. To help the people, because he also feels that African leaders are dulling African people. So it's the people that can speak now that get up and speak for the people, you get what I mean, and put heads together and forge forward.
Yeah. At the end of the day, there's always going to be a representative. You never know what walk of life, but there's always going to be a representative that's gonna. I like this thing. What's this, Vector? What's this thing that you say? Undu. Somebody just quoted.
Undu. And I says Undu is Yoruba, and I say it is sweet, it's delicious.
That's what you're actually saying. I just thought it was like an ad lib. You know how? I just thought it was like an ad lib, like an actual ad lib.
No, it's undo.
Oh, I didn't know you were actually saying that word. I thought you was just making a sound.
Yes, no. Right, guy, it's undo. The other one is Oshamo. You already know it is sweet.
Yeah, of course, no, that one. Yeah. That Oshamo. Just like how goes every once in a while goes to be like, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? What the bar is disgusting.
What is wrong with Ghost? I feel like we've not really understood Ghost well. The day Ghost finally come out and show us his true color.
I'm telling you, like Ghost man, like when he comes out and starts, everyone has to imitate his voice. When he comes out and really shows us his other side, you know what I'm saying? Like for real. Everybody in the timeline is now saying, "Undo." For real, man.
No man there.
No, man. I mean, like, I appreciate the fans, though. See, the fans elevate the artist. They're the ones that see you in the dark. They see you in the dark in the terms that when nobody really ever saw you, they were repping you. The fans are the ones that will say to you that, you know what, like, Baba, you bad. Nobody else in the area knows you, but this guy is giving you this kind of feeling that the whole area is running your stuff. So, like, the fans, I just want them to, like, always be open-minded. Don't stay stuck in an era. Don't like move with us. Come with us on the journey. Don't just enjoy that one bus stop. There's many other stops. Ride on this bus, like for real. So that's how I see it. You know?
Well, if they don't join the bus will leave them now because the bus they go somewhere.
For real, bro. Like Like, don't let the bus leave you. Like, don't let the bus leave you.
Bruh.
Wait as long as you can, but like, move with us. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
so
Like, I just think that that's key. And this soul conversations, that's just another bus stop where you need to see that, you know, the artists that you love the most are trying to tell you that this is not the Nigeria that we want. This is not it.
nah,
It's not the
definitely
Nigeria
not.
that we want. Yeah,
At
I
least we need
beg.
to be able to be collecting royalties that make sense. At least.
At least. At the very least,
At
bro.
least, too.
At least,
Guy.
you know what I'm saying? Like, we want to, you know, this is not the Nigeria, for real. I want to see more. I want to see more, for real.
And I appreciate you for that. You know, past like that now, like it's really
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
I know that you have a bunch of stuff that you have to do tonight, and that work is work regardless. That's what makes the fans proud. So I'll just appreciate you for doing this and taking your time out, because I can see you in the studio. That's where we did our last interview where we recorded.
Yeah. For real, yeah, man. You know now,
Yeah.
we're making the music happen for real. And like, I'm never going to pressure you on that track. I don't want, because they'll now start. I don't want them to actually, fans. You know what? Put pressure on Vector, guys. Put pressure on Vector.
Yeah, don't worry. The track is going to put pressure on everybody that puts pressure on me back when we release it. Don't worry.
I'll be, yeah, for real. Like, yeah, no, for real. But nah, bro, it's blessed. I'm really happy that you put me on this platform.
Yeah.
You know, and let's see if there really is a soul to this country. Drill deep, bro. You know, I swear.
Right. I appreciate you too. We can't wait until everybody is deceased before you now come and start to give everybody compliments and flowers. I appreciate the work that you do. It's adding more to the IQ. What's that word again? IQ build that we have. Because then a great mind is a great mind. Whether rapper, whether poet, whether philosopher, a great mind is a great mind, and you cannot but appreciate everybody that puts their mentality into work and stay humble and always improving with it. So I appreciate that 100%. Yes, so.
Yeah, bro. Always.
So,
100. Yes, man.
Yes,
I'll
blessings. By the
connect with
time
you
we're ready to
soon.
drop clowns,
Peace and love to everybody on the timeline. Yeah, exactly. Clown soon. Vector, Ladipoe, clowns very, very soon. You know, so peace and love to everybody in the timeline. It's always good to connect with you guys. And Vector, always 100, bro. Peace, man.
Hey, blessings, Chief. Have a great one.